Where we at? Microphone. What's up, guys?
Captain, how's that title sound?
Oh, it's really unique. Something that you dream about as a kid, being a captain, a leader of a big group of people, being recognized, not being given that, but earning that right. That privilege is super cool, something I'll carry with me forever, something that my family is more proud of than any of the touchdowns or wins for sure. So it's cool to make them proud, and it means a lot. It's a big deal.
Coach Bielema mentioned that you got a lot of votes. It seemed like overwhelming support. What do you want to be as a captain?
Just a leader. Captains are leaders, visionaries, people who are not afraid of new territory, like this team. We're facing a lot of new expectation, a lot of new waters. But man, approaching it with the right attitude of a Christ-like mindset, being tough as it can get, tough as nails, and resilient, and a lot of love and care. So, man, I'm excited for it. Love the opportunity that's in front of us as a team, for us 6 captains, and we're not afraid of it. We've been around, we've faced a lot of adversities, and we're not afraid of the new territory and going to get it. And so, super excited. It's going to provide a lot of significance for us.
You were a captain in high school? Were you a captain
Yeah.
in high school? Once or twice? A couple times?
Well, we really didn't do. Usually the seniors were really captains.
Okay.
We didn't really appoint. I mean, we didn't have votes or nothing like that.
Sure.
Really, the seniors were kind of the guys, and so luckily my senior year I was kind of midfield before the game. So that was a big deal. Your team, they notice those guys, the fans, the community. They notice those people at midfield. The coin flips. So it's a big deal. It's really cool.
When you're out there making the call, do you believe tails never fails, or what you think of that?
Whatever Coach Bielema tells me never fails is what I'll tell you. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll leave that to Josh Kreutz to make that
I
call.
was going to say, you've never
Yeah.
done that part? You don't know how that works?
No, not at all. I'll leave that to Kreutz. I'll be focused on the next 4 quarters of football, so let him handle it.
We talk so much about your journey here, right? Your own individual. When you factor all of that in, what did it mean to you to kind of know where you came from and how you grew here to find yourself at that seat of 6?
Yeah, it's a big deal. Like I said, it's very significant, very meaningful. Like I said, my family's more proud of this moment than if we go undefeated this season or win a million games. And the past year, like they're more proud of me being voted a captain. For a team and a group of men and a program that is truly foundational and rooted for it speaks to your character, speaks to who you are as a person, your upbringing, where you come from, the adversities you fought. It's kind of just a culmination of like, okay, this is what you made of it. And so it's cool. It's hard to reflect on it right now because I'm just so focused and in it. But man, it's a culmination of, like I said, through all the setbacks, through all the victories, and staying level-headed and resilient and tough and Christ-like, and that's what it speaks to, I think. And it's not about talent, it's not about how well you throw the football, how well you catch a football, make a block, make a tackle. It's about kind of who you are as a person, and that's how the vote goes. So that speaks longer than any playing time that I'll ever get. It speaks to the character and the heart. So. Very, very blessed to be in this position. I earned it. I say that confidently. So excited just to lead these group of men along with some really good dudes.
That video that we saw in front of the team, was that truly the first time you knew, or did you get a heads up from Coach B or Coach Lenny before that?
No, that was the first. None of the captains knew. I don't know if any of the coaches knew. They probably did right before us through a staff meeting or something, but we weren't told. We knew they were going to get announced at that time. I obviously had an idea that I could be in that position, but to kind of hear the results of me being voted so predominantly was like something really cool. And to hear my name called in front of a team, in front of a program for such a prestige honor holds a lot of weight, for myself and this team and my family, like the community. Like it's a big deal. So I don't take it lightly at all. And just humbled. I hold it with a lot of respect and honor for those who came before me here at this university and those who come after me. So just excited, man. I'm excited for the opportunity.
You mentioned Josh. What makes him, his second time, right? 10 or 2, but Josh in particular, what makes him good?
Yeah, he's just he does things the right way. I think everybody sees Josh and sees somebody who is a great teammate, not because of he's friendly, he's a man of great character, but he does the right things. He prepares the right way. He plays the right way, and people know that, and people respect him. That's the thing. People fear him in a really healthy way, and he makes that known. His voice has become more predominant and more vocal and more known as he's gotten older and played a lot of snaps. He's obviously played, 25 straight starts, and tough as nails, smart and dependable, and people notice that. People notice his love for football, and he's on top of that, he's just a great friend. And so he does all the right things. And for him to be at the center position, people notice him. And so he does it the right way. A lot of young people should look up to him.
Over the offseason, we heard you gained some weight, right? You gained some muscle. Is there any other quantifiable stuff? Like, are you throwing it farther? Those kind of things?
Yeah, naturally, as you get stronger and you learn more about your body and your body control, you learn how to use your body and your throw mechanics a whole lot better. So I'm definitely added a few yards on my deep ball, some more velocity and power in the way I'm using my body and that body control. But, I've gained a lot of weight and kept my speed, got even faster with the strength in my legs. And I just know how to use my body a lot better. And when you're throwing the football, you're using your body in very sequenced way. So I just understand a lot about who I am as a player and as an athlete. And so you'll see a better version, a better talented or use of talent out there on the field. So, yeah, you may see a longer throw this year for sure, and or some more velocity behind that ball or some speed. I just have really poured into my craft, into my talents, and thanks to my strength staff, and I'm just understanding my body and body control at a higher level. So, yeah.
And, we hear that Cole Russ could be a receiving threat as a tight end. You two are personal. How did you guys become such good friends, and, what kind of receiving threat can he be for Illinois?
He's very unique, dynamic, brings a different element to our team. Being able to get open at that tight end position. He holds a lot of weight, and he's very fast and shifty, good catch radius. But, we're roommates, great friends. We've been roommates for a year or so now, and our relationship is so much deeper than this game for sure. I love his family, his friends, who he is as a person. Met him in class one day. Obviously, he was very sought after in that transfer portal, and when we got him, I reached out soon, and we just started that relationship. We had a class, and he was already sitting down in a big auditorium. I came up to him, sat down next to him, shook his hand, said what's up, and the rest is history. Very like-minded people, share the same interest, and he's going to be a big addition to this team, and so I know I need him. And so just love who he is, love his family, like I said. Man of great character, man of great future, too. He's got it going. So praying for him every day, his health. He's excited. So I'm excited for him.
Luke, I've heard a lot about your growth as a leader and over your time here. Has your perspective on what it looks like to lead changed and evolved since you've gotten here?
Yeah, I think leadership for me is what I've learned is to humbly study the greats, study the great leaders of the past and the tradition of this sport, of the Peyton Mannings. I've had time to spend with the Mannings, Peyton and Archie and Eli, and how they led and their intensity and their vocality and the way they carried themselves and did the right things. But kind of holistically, Jesus for me was the best leader. He was tough. He told the truth. He was honest, but he was loving, caring, and brought so many people, brought a whole world in. And so that's kind of the view I take to it. He's looked to as the good shepherd, and a good shepherd is someone who's caring for the sheep, but he fights the lions and fights off the wolves. So that's the mindset I kind of take to it. I study the greats of the sport, the greats of athletics, the Jordans, the Kobes, the people like that, and the Tiger Woods, and obviously the people of great spirits and faiths too. So, and my parents too. I think what I've learned a lot is listen to those two people who brought you into this world, and so I pour into the people around me and the older people. So. Because I ain't got all the answers, I'll tell you that.
When you became captain, did you text or FaceTime them, and did they scream on the phone, or what was their reaction?
Yeah, I didn't give him my dad's working. He works all day, and I was busy, so I just sent him a text. I was like, I got a seal on my jersey this year, and I sent them the picture, and they were just thrilled. And like I said, they instantly texted this is what I'm most proud of, throughout your whole journey, and I'm sure they were emotional about it, and they just love me. They want the best for me. They've seen every bit and piece of my journey. They've been with me closer than anybody. So to see them, to see their son kind of carry that C on their jersey for a team, that is pretty cool for him. And I'm humbled to carry that last name on my back, the logo on the front, and that C on my jersey. That means a whole lot to me. And so they were so excited, as you would expect. So they're excited for the season too. Yeah.
With a lot of anticipation here for this season from the outside, what's it feeling right now? You still got a few days left at camp. It's not quite game week, but it's almost here. What does that feel like for you right now?
Super exciting as you get closer. The energy and the buzz definitely grows. I know it grows for the fans and you guys as well, and it certainly grows for us. So, but year 5, I'm just trying to exhaust every single moment with my new teammates, the teammates that I have, to be at our best. And that's the bottom line. We got to maximize every single second in this building to be good on those Saturdays and the Friday night coming up. So it's easy to look ahead, but if we look ahead, we're wasting a moment in the moment that we're in. So I think the greatest thing is to stay in the moment, focus on the things we need to get better at, and all that comes. But you certainly feel the energy and the buzz, and that's what it's all about, and to see the community excited and the fans, it's cool to see the chairbacks and the seats, you're close. So can't wait. We're excited. It'll be fun.
Are you more comfortable leaving now than, say, when you first got there? Quarterbacks always kind of weird. Are you more at ease with it now than maybe a year or two?
Yeah, 110%. As I came in, I knew there was great established players, great voices in this locker room, NFL players right now who, had the locker room, had a lot of respect, and I was coming in trying to prove myself of a player and a person. So I took it slowly. I tried to at least try to build relationships. But now, I've been here for 3 years, I got a lot of strong relationships. Got some games under my belt that kind of know who I am as a person. And the bottom line is, I just care about what I do. I care greatly about this team, where we're going. Kind of my future and everybody holistically. I want the best for everybody in this building. That comes with a lot of telling the truth, and the truth ain't always fun to hear, but a lot of encouragement too. Just trying to do my best to set us up for success and to do my job in it. So I love my teammates and very passionate about it. So it's kind of easily to do it because I trust them and I love them. So there's nothing more that I want to be everybody be their best. From a personal standpoint, an athletic standpoint, all around. So yeah.
You didn't do any lobbying. I assume. No lobbying.
Say one.
Lobbying for votes. You were electioneering. You do that.
No fat. No.
No that.
No.
No KP.
Yeah. No making. Whatever we want to say. Conversations outside to make things happen. No. That'd have been silly. Wanted to make it happen natural.
Sure.
And you could have voted for yourself. The coach B said, "No, I didn't. I don't. Maybe people did, but just wanted to see where the truth stood, with the team, who they saw as captains, and it fell where it fell. So very cool."
I got one more. Coach B has these notebooks. Maybe you've noticed them before. These notebooks he carries around, this ledger.
Yeah.
Do you see that? You're asking about it. What do you know about that?
A lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, a lot of football IQ, a lot of personal notes of his. I'm sure. I mean, that's his. I don't know exactly the ins and outs of it, but he's always in it. He's always writing down kind of his thoughts, putting it, pen to paper, and something he carries with. You never see him without it. So, when someone says something really cool in a team meeting or whatever, he's writing it down. And so, on the field, writing things down, kind of what he wants to get to, kind of his thinking and things like that. So, he carries a lot of personal items with him in there, and I know in his recruiting visits, he kind of tells you a little bit about it and kind of carries some stuff with his past, but he's always just writing things down and sharing information and all things like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
You saw it when you recruited you, showed you.
Yeah, he did, because it means a lot to him, and it's very deep in who he is as a person. It tells you a lot about himself. So yeah.
Very cool. Thanks, Luke.
Thanks, Luke. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.